All right, it's time to just say it and to pull the Band-Aid off. The Lakers have a problem, and that problem's name is LeBron James. When Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reaves are on the court, they're not a good team. With LeBron off the court and Luka and Austin Reaves on the court, guess what? They're a pretty damn good team. That's not just a take. That's a warning and a sign of awareness that people need to get onto. And we also have now word that the Lakers have a plan A to building around Luka, and it's without LeBron James. We'll talk a little bit about that, plus Khris Middleton possibly hitting the buyout market and why Giannis may be back sooner than expected. We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at NBA Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And Brian Windhorst had a comment, right? He said this: when Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reaves play together, they're just not a good team. When it's just Austin and Luka out there, the Lakers are an excellent team. Now, I took that, right, and wanted to dive into that. And the Lakers are a net negative when Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reaves are on the court together. When it's LeBron and Luka, they're negative. When it's LeBron and Austin Reaves, they're negative. When it's when it's Luka and Austin Reaves, they're actually positive by a lot, actually. And so, with that said, I think it's time to admit something. LeBron James is the problem with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I think it's just because of the fit with Luka Doncic. I want to be clear here. Am I saying that LeBron James is a bad basketball player or anything like that? No, I'm not saying that. What LeBron is able to do with his age at this point in his career is still amazing. And he deserves to be celebrated for that and acknowledged for that, because LeBron is still a player that still can put up numbers and can still do those things. But when LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reaves are on the court together, they're net negative 34 and a net rating of negative 7.7. That's just it. The offensive rating dropped down to 110. The defensive rating is a respectable 118. You can't take that away from it. But when LeBron James is off the court and it's Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves, they are plus 89, a net rating of 11.8, an offensive rating of 123, and the defensive rating actually gets better at 111 as well. The signs are there. The numbers are there. The eye test is there. Everything is there that can possibly tell you what's going on. It's that the Los Angeles Lakers are a much better team without LeBron James. This is why you hear things about the Lakers having plan A without LeBron this offseason and all of that. Like, what? I want to be clear here. None of these three guys defend consistently. All three need the ball, right? And so when you look at it right now, when you have Luka and Austin Reaves there, there's just more natural flow, right? The Lakers are 34-23. But the question is how capped are they when it comes down to it? This is not about disrespecting LeBron James. This is about the reality of where the Los Angeles Lakers roster is, and that's just the real part of it. This is the Lakers coming to a realization, and it may be one that they actually came to last offseason when they met with Luka and didn't really have LeBron keyed in on what their offseason plans were, is that it's time to move on. That's it. It happens. It's no disrespect to what LeBron James did with the Lakers. It's no disrespect to LeBron James and his career. He brought another title to L.A., and that's exactly what they wanted out of LeBron being there. And LeBron got exactly what he wanted as well. Being in L.A., being in a city where he can do all his other business avenues and things like that. It happened. It worked for them. It is. But as LeBron reaches the twilight of his NBA career, it's time to now start acknowledging that this team is just not a better team with LeBron James on the court. They're just not. And that's crazy to say when you look at the numbers that LeBron puts up. But this is why numbers aren't the end-all, be-all. And you have to look, like, I get it. Not everybody loves analytics. And in no way am I saying that analytics should be the end-all that determine everything with basketball. You want to pair the eye test with analytics and traditional stats. That's what you want to do to take a look at how the team is being affected by stuff. And with all teams, right? I say that with everyone. But you can't completely ignore advanced analytics either, because some people think that advanced analytics are at the detriment of actual basketball. When you use them correctly, the facts are exposed there. But again, you have to pair them with the eye test. The fact of the matter is, despite LeBron averaging almost 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists per game on 50% shooting from the field, the Lakers are just a better team without him on it. And it just comes down to play style. It just comes down to what they need around Luka. And that is why the Lakers have to be really prepared to move into this next phase and really build around what Luka Doncic needs to be successful. Now, Luka has his own inefficiencies and stuff like that. Reportedly, there's some people that are making fun of Luka because of his crying to the refs and all that type of stuff, which is magnified by being in a city like LA. but it's time to move on. Now, when it comes to this as well, when it comes down to it, is that you hear something about LeBron James' future. And Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report said this. The Lakers are one of the few teams this summer projected to have significant cap room below the cap to chase top-tier free agents and go after a star like Giannis Antetokounmpo via an unbalanced trade. That's 54 to 80 million in cap room won't amount to much if James is back at a maximum salary of 58. Plan A for the Lakers, per competing executives and player agents, appears to be moving on from James to build around the younger star, Luka Doncic. There's just no doubt about it. That's the route to go. And LeBron is probably ready to go and move on as well. Now, LeBron could go back to Cleveland, have himself a great, career-ending tour. We all witnesses again, all that type of stuff, to go to Cleveland, finish out there, and still maybe even compete for a title. Maybe even, if the Lakers do the right thing, to be against the Lakers in the finals. And Haize, I'm doing too much on that one. But you got to see what's going to be there. And so when you look at it, with Austin Reaves taking up $26.5 million, that's projected of what he's going to take in that team's cap space. Even when you get up to the team having $54 to $80 million in cap space, Austin Reaves is going to cut into a big chunk of that. And so what it stands right now is that plan A is for the Lakers to try to find young players that fit better around Luka Doncic, and that is always what they should be, right? Now, reportedly as well with this one is that if the Lakers strike out on their top goals, they could delay until 2027. If so, perhaps James returns for one final goodbye farewell tour. It may not be LA's primary goal, but it'll sell tickets while giving James a proper send-off. So it's not saying that by any means necessary they're going to jettison off LeBron James, but it is saying that, hey, that's not their preferred destination right now, and you have to give credence to that. Depending on how the Lakers fare in the postseason, which how things stand right now does not look very good, moving on from LeBron James is probably the best case scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers, and that's just the reality of it. If you don't like it, so be it. I don't know what to say with that one. But again, the numbers back it up. The eye test back it up. The results back it up. Everything that you can point to backs it up. The Lakers are a worse team with LeBron James on the basketball court for them, especially with Luka and with Austin Reaves. Now, for what it's worth, when LeBron's on and both those guys are off, there's a positive as well, which further points to the fact of the matter is that pairing is that triple, whatever you want to call it, is just not working. But when LeBron James is on the court with Luka and Austin Reaves off, they're a plus 50 with a net rating of plus 7.9, an offensive rating of 118, and a defensive rating of 110. So it's just clear that that mix of players is not working out. And the Lakers have to find a different mix that wants to work out if they truly want to take advantage of this gift that they were given with this Luka Doncic trade and build a championship-level team with the pieces that they have there. And we'll see what's going to happen there. But from moving on from that to another player that's going to be looking for a new home, reportedly, this one comes from Mark Stein that says the Mavericks have allowed Middleton to control his fate, determining if he wants to stay with the team for the remainder of the season or pursue a buyout to join a contender. This has led to openly people to muse about whether Middleton could be a candidate to join the surging Pistons, who sit atop the Eastern Conference. Mark Stein going on to say this: I have to think there's a handful of contenders, playoff-bound teams, and I would have to think the Pistons are among them. Wonder if there's any chance we could convince Khris Middleton to pursue a buyout. What I reported last night was the Mavericks have basically put the ball in Khris Middleton's court. If Khris Middleton wants to buy out to join a playoff-bound team, Dallas will happily cooperate. And so Khris Middleton is an interesting player, right? Because there's no doubt that he is not the player that he once was. There's just no doubt about that. Now, if you're joining a contender, especially in the Eastern Conference, which is, of course, the weaker conference, if you're doing that, the chances are, Middleton accepting a bench role, coming off the bench, helping a team in that manner, could he do it? And I think the things point to it depends on how you look at Khris Middleton. The numbers aren't terrible. 10 points per game, 44% shooting, 4 rebounds, 3.2 assists. He's shooting 44% from the field and 33% shooting from 35% shooting from three and almost 49% shooting from the field. For Dallas so far this season, 44 overall on the season and 33% overall from three on the season as well. I think when it comes down to Khris Middleton is he's reached that area that a lot of vets do. Keep in mind, Khris Middleton has been in the league since 2012. 2012, we're talking about 14 years playing in the NBA, and what he's been able, he's won a ring, being a key contributor for a team that won a ring, and that's great. Now, if he wants to go and try to join and help and be that veteran on the bench that can help another team try to win a title, so be it. He's earned that right over the course of his NBA career. He's definitely earned that. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's earned that right. The question are the Pistons or any other Eastern Conference team for that matter going to be a team that actually takes a look at Khris Middleton, and we'll see what happens there. I won't knock it. I won't say that it's an impossibility. We just got to see how it's going to shake out there and how it ends up working out. But, hey, it could very well work out for the team. We'll see what happens there, but that's a potential buyout candidate to watch over the remaining part of the season to see if he gets bought out and eventually does go to a team like the Detroit Pistons. And if he does, hey, maybe that can help it. I don't think Khris Middleton isn't a needle mover anymore. Like, he's just not moving the needle, but that does not mean that he can't help. And that's the thing that you want to look at, is that how can he can help a team just playing to whatever his strengths still currently are and playing off players like Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham who can get him the ball. We can see what's going to happen there. But all right, let's get into the last topic, and that is Giannis Antetokounmpo and his pending return that looks like it's not out the question. Now, the question does become about, is it too late, though, for the Milwaukee Bucks? This one's come from Doc Rivers, who said this. No, he's done some 3-on-3, 4-on-4. We don't really need to go to 5-on-5. It doesn't go from 3-on-3 to 4 to 5. It usually 4-on-4 is pretty good. No setbacks in regards to that. So now it raises the question, is Giannis Antetokounmpo coming back here for the Milwaukee Bucks? And is there enough runway left here for the Bucks to really even do something and potentially make the play-in if Giannis does return? Now, when you look at the Eastern Conference, the Bucks right now find themselves as the 11th seed. They're 7-3 in their last 10, which is good enough. They find themselves 1.5 games back of the Charlotte Hornets for that 10th seed and 2 games back of the Atlanta Hawks. So one of those teams would have to drop out of the play-in race for the Milwaukee Bucks to be able to get in it. The Bucks also have a 2.5 game lead over the 12th seed Chicago Bulls. So it's really just, can the Bucks get enough wins to sneak in there? Now, the Charlotte Hornets are also 7-3 in their last 10, and they're winning at a really good rate and have a positive plus point differential as well. I've told you guys before how important point differential is to trying to determine how playoff seeding is going to work, especially in the Eastern Conference. So because of that, listen, I mean, Giannis is a generational player. And you can't deny Giannis, and when he's on the basketball court, how much better he makes any team that he's playing for. But at the same time, Milwaukee's climbing uphill. And the question then becomes, can Giannis realistically drag the Milwaukee Bucks into the play-in? And do they even want to do that? I still think the best outlook for them is to double down in the draft, add that talent, and figure it the hell out, right? And that's what I think is going to go to. I don't think that we're looking at fireworks here for the Milwaukee Bucks and them going on some crazy run. But if they do want to do that, of course, getting Giannis back is a key to making that all happen and putting it into a place of it possibly being a reality for them. We just got to see if it's going to work out. But Giannis looks like he is still trying to work his way back, and Doc Rivers provided an update that could be one that is promising depending on how you look at it, right? So we'll see what's going to happen there. Overall, I'll say this. You can't focus on it. If it happens, it happens. And that's what the Milwaukee Bucks should take, at least in my opinion. And we'll see what they're going to do with that. But that's it for my time for today. The questions that I want to throw to you guys. If it's truly the beginning of the Luka era in LA and the LeBron era is ending, we're witnessing absolutely history. So I want to hear your thoughts about it before. Do you feel that the Lakers are better without LeBron James? Should LA move on in the offseason? Where could Khris Middleton go if he can help a team? And can Giannis bring enough to the Milwaukee Bucks that they can actually make the play-in this year? Let me know what you guys think on that down below. This is NBA Central, where we don't dodge the tough conversations. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. You guys can follow us at NBA Central Pod on every social media platform. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. And like I like to end every episode on, I'll catch you guys the next time I feel like making a video. Probably tomorrow. I know I took a week off, but probably tomorrow. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.